Blue snowball. Okay, guys. Hello. How's it going? We should probably wipe this off and get some music going. Fuck out of here, you. Feck. Alright, y'all. So, before we get this show on the road, actually, you know what? I know how we'll do this. We just gotta put this shit behind the camera. It's the only way to do it. Because I'm not trying to get in trouble. I just want this show to go good. Let's go, You know, it used to be you could go here. Whoops, no. You used to be able to go here and go... Oh, shit, I don't have my... I don't know if we need... Well... Shit. Who cares? Alright. Where... Where's my fucking TV remote? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Well, this is a bummer, guys. I can't seem to find my goddamn remote. Oh, here it is. So I've been listening to Brooklyn DNA. It's what I been using to get all worked up for. Brooklyn DNA is it's a YouTube mix, and it's often actually here. This is what we'll do. Mic check. Actually, here, this is what we'll do. Let's turn this mic up and point it towards me a little bit. Mic check. All right. Brooklyn DNA, the complete scriptures. This is what you want to look for. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. We got to get all of it. I told you not to come around here. Now look at you shaking, freezing. I specialize in the homicide. Look at the drama slide. Put the chrome to your dome, watch your trauma hide. In the back of the hearse, it gets worse when I burst. Put a hex on your life. A lyrical curse. I'm a savage. Wreak havoc on the average. Wrap your body in Automatic static, the flow is problematic. Bullet holes in the attic, left the scene dramatic. I don't battle rap, I pistol whip and rattle caps. Leave your skeleton crumbled inside the cattle traps. Blood on the Thames, lights dim when I walk in. The devil stopped in his talking, just to listen to my stalking. Your vest is a joke, inhale the gunpowder smoke. Choke with the words that you realize you never spoke. Freeze drop, body on the block. Time stops when you're staring at the clock. Freeze drop, heartbeat stop. All you see is the shadow and the smoking top. I'm the surgeon of urgency, performing neurosurgery with a rusty machete, committing divine perjury. Jury hung, every witness tongue got stoned by the lyrical venom that the cobra flown. You soft like foam, I'm hard like the catacomb, invading your home, cracking the chromosome. Leave you stiff in a split, throw you off the cliff. Becomes a myth when I give the reaper a whiff. I got that appetite for destruction, total malfunction. Leave your torso leaking at the busy junction. No remorse, no repentance, just a death sentence. And then you take your finishing your apprenticeship. Think it's a game? You think this is music? This is a warning. Look at me. I'm the king of the rotten, the plotting, the spotting.
God damn it, man.
One shot, body drop, call the coroners. Sending your theory to me with the foreigners. In the land of the dead, filling your head with lead. Painting the pavement a beautiful shade of red. So say your prayers to the Savior. Fix your behavior. Before the biggest snow, puts the blade in your flavor. Taste no. Taste no.
You know, I don't normally.
Armed and dangerous, ain't no taming us. Smoking angel dust, burning still the rust. I'm the pinnacle, cynical, clinical. Making the interview strictly business news. I got the clock tick, block click, rock brick sick with the chopstick. Never on that pop shit. Lyrical miracle, strictly empirical. Watch how I steer it all, makes them fear it all. I'm the commander, the salamander, the propaganda. Take a look at the gander. I never passed through the notorious, glorious, uproarious, living laborious, and path is victorious. I'm the heavyweight, levitate, celebrate. Open the heavy gate, watch them hesitate. Blood on the tins, stepping through the sludge. Judge, jury, executioner, I never budge. It's the mastermind, fast the kind, last the time, leaving the past behind with a massive mind. Red snow falling, the trauma unit calling, and the mama's balling, all the drums crawling. Homicide specific, make the crime terrific. Hieroglyphic flow, leave them paralytic. Kicking the door, we settle the score. Heck the floor, we coming for more. It's the B.I.G., strictly G.I.E. Nobody do it better than me. I'm the architect, hard to check.
All right.
Put a scar on neck, show some star respect. Moving silent, violent, strictly island. In the highland, watch the skyland when I'm styling. It's the tape stop. It's the tape stop. Watch your step. Who's that moving through the shadows like a bad dream? I'm the architect of silence, the king of the scheme. I'm the winner in the lungs, I'm the ice in the vein. I'm the ghost of the asphalt, the author of pain. Wordplay lethal, every syllable a heavy blow.
All right.
The temperature is starting to go low. I see the pretenders and the rookies at the gate, but they don't have to penetrate, they don't have to wait. I'm the titan in the chamber, the master on the floor, the one who kept the keys and the one who locked the door. My DNA is classic, it's written in the rust. I turn the golden empire back into the dust.
Welcome to the cold chamber. Leave your heart at the door, where the legends walk heavy on the concrete floor.
It's a blood freezer vibe. It's a broken state of mind. The hardest of the hard, the last of the kind.
You feel that chill? That's me.
I'm the freak white phantom in the digital world. I'm the flag on the fortress finally unfurled. I see you shaking in your boots when you hear the baritone. The sovereign of the city sitting on a chrome cone. I keep the industry like a game of chess and steel. I'm the only one left who can keep it truly real. My flow is a blizzard, it's heavy and it's deep. I'm the reason that the competition doesn't walls are theirs.
All right.
Memories. And I have everything. Stay very, very still. Back to the rhythm, the precision of the blade. I'm the one who stayed in power while the others start to fade. I'm the rule and the struggle, the power of the brick. I'm the match in the dark and the candle that stay lit. I'm the blueprint of the power, the birth to St. James. I'm the one who took the glory and the one who took the name from the 90s era to the future by the track. I'm the one who left the building and the one who's coming back. Whole chamber pressure, it'll crush a man's soul. I'm the only one left who can keep it in control. Biggie B and Dave, it's the code in the system. I'm the one they truly love and the one they truly miss.
Welcome to the cold chamber. Leave your heart at the door, where the legends walk heavy on the concrete floor.
It's a block freezer vibe. It's the proper state of mind. The hardest of the hard, the last of the pie. Yeah. It's cold in there. Lay on the ground. It's not a reflection. Pharaoh of the fever, throne on the lever, never a believer, clever to the weaver. Stack the racks like bricks in the geezer, mixing on the visa, living like a fever. Eternal clashes, burn in the ashes, in the slashes for the digital stashes. Royalty encoded, the payload is loaded, the game is eroded by the stacks with glowing. Kneel before the circuit crown foul.
Oh. All right, guys.
Tell if I'm awake or if I'm just another line of code in this nightmare. Is the block real? Are the feds real? Or is this just purgatory? I'm in digital purgatory. The end of the story, the blood and the glory, the vicious and gory. A violent hatred. The sacred is naked and the vision is faded. I'm trapped in the rhythm, the cold algorithm, the schism of prison in the dark magnetism. Triple eternal, the demons are vernal, infernal maternal, the struggle's eternal. I'm looping the trauma, looping the drama, looping for the karma, in the techno nirvana. The flicker is quicker, the liquor is thicker, the vicar is a slicker. For the unholy sticker, I'm pitching in the kitchen, sticking the bitchin', switching the kitchen. While the reaper is itching, it's mental decay. In the digital way, the rhythm for the day is the price you must pay.
Trapped in the wire, lost in the screen, the loneliest nightmare that you've ever seen.
Digital purgatory,
Purgatory,
no way to escape.
just a ghost in the system taking a shine.
Syllable shatter, the mental don't matter, the brain matter splatter on a silver platter. I'm screaming in cold on the loneliest road, the heaviest load that I've ever bestowed. Quadruple stacking, the sanity's cracking, the shadows are tracking, the spirit is lacking. I see monsters in the pixels, watching the missiles, counting the whistles, level thistles. Roughed and unmethyl, tougher than unshuffled in the digital scuffle. Our identity is leaking, the memory is
Okay, guys.
Have you ever seen a thought crash? I'm losing my connection.
Come on, damn it.
Wait. Who's that behind the firewall? Is that me?
Okay.
Or is that him? System failure, mental jailer, vicious tailor, blood on the sailor, hacking the soul, taking the toll, losing control, down a black hole. I'm removing the pain, shooting the vein, moving the gain, of a miserable sane. Purgatory is infinite, vicious and definite, the limit is minimal, the spirit is criminal. Connection.
Man, I've had just about enough of this fucking laptop mouse.
can't tell if I'm awake. I can't tell if I'm awake. I can't tell if I'm awake.
Okay. Let's turn this down. Let's go.
Tell if I'm awake.
What the hell is this? I don't need another camera. Oh, display capture. There it is. Alright. Now. Okay, guys. I'm glad you could all be here. So, this shit. Let's see if we are recording. Okay. Man, that was a lot of bullshit going on there. Okay, folks. So where do we start? Where do we start? I got notes. So there's this video going around. Let's pause this. I wanted to react to this. I got these cough drops because this flower I'm smoking's not great. Okay. Let's go YouTube. I want to react to this video. Drives onto Portland friggin' parade. Raw. See, is this gonna be... God damn it, man! You know... Tell you what, man. You want to get me pissed off? Fucking... Go to X. This is why I like X. Watch how this happens here. Actually, that's good. Oh, come on. Okay. I don't know how to use the browser page. Oh, Jesus Christ. Where's all my stuff? For you, no! Where's all my fucking comment? Man. Notifications. Okay. Oh, fucking God. Holy shit. That's crazy right there. Is that downtown? Oh no. Oh my god. You can't park here. Okay. Man, the do not try to use the browser page for fucking so I don't know how to fucking get my stuff on. It's clear they put all the work into the app with X, because this fucking browser page is no good. Oh, come on. I don't know why I can't fucking... Oh, my God. So, apparently, even though I was setting people off this morning... Oh, maybe it was on Facebook. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care. I don't want to fucking find this fucking video. I'm so mad. Because here's what I hate is every time I want to find a raw video, it's every news company's fucking video. And I'm not trying to put all these news brands all over my shit. And then whatever happens, happens. But you can't just look up a raw video anymore. You can't. Every time Twitter is usually the place to go for a raw video. It's the best place for that. But right here, I just want the raw video that I saw earlier of this crazy asshole driving onto the Portland parade. See, it's all cut up. Oh well. Let's just I don't have my headphones on.
For his speeding toward children and families.
This is
past barricades,
KGW,
nearly hitting several people along the Rose Festival's
KGW
Grand
News.
Floral Parade route in June. Sidney Meacham is facing felony charges.
See, they don't give me the fucking
children and families. The 30-minute recording submitted.
Let me give you a little bit of history on this. Yeah. So, see, every news company that does this, that takes the first part of the video and the middle part of the video and then the end of the video and then the somewhere in the first middle part of the area and put, fuck you, all you people, all you garbage news companies. Just show us the fucking raw video, start to finish. Like, you can talk over it if you want, but like, it's the most annoying thing. Maybe this is a thing that works for eyeballs. Maybe they have rating numbers that show, but I just want to watch the video without interruption and rewind and all this shit. Like, I've just had enough.
Traffic. His music is blaring as Meacham heads towards the Moda Center in North Portland, where he plans to meet others.
This parade every year makes traffic horrible. It's a big problem, in my opinion, unless someone's dead or dying or it's an emergency or something. There's no reason to shut down a fucking road, period. End of story. I don't give a fuck about your silly little bike ride, especially if you're naked. Fuck you, weird nudists. I don't care about your stupid parade. I don't care. I go have it somewhere that doesn't involve the main road. I don't care. Like, I there's no excuse to slow down traffic, and I'm not just saying this because I drive a lot. I'm saying this because if you live in a blue city, they can't come up with enough reasons to fuck up the road. Whether they're installing some kind of concrete island in the middle of the road for people to wreck into and cause an accident. Whether they're implementing no right on red throughout Portland now. We already have signs that say no right on red. I can't think of a good reason to have no right on red except for people can't drive. And if people can't make that right on the red, I really don't care about them. Right? They need to get off the road. Like, that's the DMV, that's the government's responsibility. Like, you look at a place like Germany and you have to know how to drive extremely well because they have the Autobahn. Period. And that's just all it is. So this parade is one of the many things they do on top of slowing down speeds everywhere you go. They want to slow down traffic and make it horrible to drive. And every year, if you need to get into this part of town, or if you just this general area, you will be fucked. And I'm not defending this guy's homicidal behavior, right? But his anger is relatable because driving in this city sucks. And it seems like so many people don't drive, and these are the people that like to talk and be like, yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. You know, they're mad because they don't have a car, so they want everybody in a car to be miserable, right? Oh, you got it so good in a car. We really don't. There's really a lot of disadvantages to owning a car. It's just some of us have to be places quickly, and we don't have time to fuck around, right? It's not as much of a luxury as you think, especially with fuckheads in blue cities making our life hell all the time because they're bitter. And by the way, if you're one of these morons that runs out into traffic or jaywalks and expects everyone to stop for you, like, you're lucky there's a lot of idiots out there that think just like you, and they'll do whatever they can. Like, these people will be 20 feet off of the street, approaching the street, and people will see them coming, and it's a green light, and they will stop. They will stop and let people go on the green. I'm not saying this person ran out into the road when there was a break in traffic, and now you have to stop or you're going to run them over. I'm saying that people will stop way in advance on a green to allow people to jaywalk. These drivers deserve a very steep ticket. I think they need to have their driver's license taken away. They need to retake the test. If you can't figure out a green light, you should not be driving. In fact, I think many of these people don't have citizenship and don't have driver's licenses. But watch Cops. Watch any of these police shows from 50 years ago to today. People just don't have fucking driver's licenses. It's a huge chunk of people. It's a huge percentage of people that get pulled over by the cops that simply do not have a license. And I really don't understand this. But so,
including his mother. ODOT crews had blocked off numerous exits
they block
to help
off all
keep
these
traffic
exits
away from the parade route.
They got it all blocked off. The Lloyd Center exit, the Convention Center exit, every motherfucking exit. You
The video shows Meacham
so
driving
you can
through a
hear
row
him
of
yelling.
barricades.
I gotta kill the audio because we got a mic. We got a mic going right here. It's funny. You gotta find this video. I did not come prepared. I don't have my headphones plugged in. I'm sorry. This guy's music is hilarious. He's just got this. Look at this. Ah, look out! The maniac's on the road. Look, he thinks he can make it through this parking lot. He absolutely can't. Now the cops are on his ass. The cops did a horrible job stopping him, but I think they were afraid they were going to get run over. He just goes through all these barriers. I think good job. Why did that guy jump up? Oh, and then they caught him right there. People always park right in front of their house where they get pulled over. So I'm, of course, condemning this man's behavior. But as a person who's been tortured by this fucking parade and listened to all the people that just want drivers to be miserable, and no one got hurt, and I know this guy's a felon and some kind of sex offender, and every stupid liberal, every one of them, they see my comments and they go, "Oh, you support sex offenders." And I'm like, when did I say I support sex offenders? I said this video is hilarious, especially because nobody got hurt, and I'm tired of this stupid parade. And then every liberal wants to strawman you, put words in your mouth, just lie and make up shit that's not true. Like, I don't get it. They're crazy, man. These far lefters all need to go to jail. But hilarious video. No one got hurt. I'm not gonna say more power to the guy, but very funny. Very funny to me if you like to just be entertained and you're not a whiny fucking crybaby. I thought that was some funny goddamn shit. We'll get back to the Castlevania gameplay, which we will get to that. But, so, man, this flour is rough. You know what's funny is I got this bowl of ice water here, and, you know, it all happened this way because I started this podcast and then got real distracted. Well, I meant to start and got distracted, and so we just got a lot of melted ice in a bowl full of water. But this flour I got here is, you know, it's not like it's so bad, but really could be better. Shit, we don't want to get it wet. You gotta hang your flour, guys. If you're growing flour, you gotta hang it. You gotta give it time while it's hanging. You gotta leave it up for a while. You gotta burp your jars, right? You gotta open those jars every now and again once you get your flour in there. You need... you just need to do the process correctly, okay? Mother frick. Always a good idea to lift a ashtray over your... Do I have the... Yeah, we don't want audio. I'm excited to talk about Circle of the Moon and play it more. Okay. We'll stick to light hits. I gotta use the bathroom, folks. All right. So, I want to talk about societal stuff. And this is going to be a little bit mean, but I don't care. And I kind of don't want to talk about this. Because the anger has kind of faded. Especially because I've been doing these bong rips. But, let me explain this, okay? People can't goddamn communicate anymore, right? And this is not only the communication problem in this country is not exclusive to some kind of language problem, right? And don't get me wrong, like, we need to actually we actually need to like enforce English as the national language. I don't necessarily think I don't necessarily think we need to deport people for not speaking English, but because maybe that's a little too much. But Trump made English the national language, and I'm not saying every rule needs a punishment, but like we get people in customer service jobs that can't talk to people. It's not like, people see this, like, if I say I have a problem with people not being able to communicate, whether the problem is a language barrier or whatever, if you're in a job, like, people see this and go, oh, you're racist. And it's just crazy. I've grown up with people from many different countries, right? Decent handful of them were Mexicans, right? Where I grew up, it was a very white place, but there was still a good amount of people from many different parts of the world. We were a very diverse city, and that wasn't a problem growing up. But now, like, and we used to have a number of people we would allow in, right? We would have a certain number of people we would allow in. And often these were people with jobs and you know, they were busy working people. You know, they would contribute to the system. And you know, honestly, a lot of these people I grew up with were very patriotic and loved American shit. But now we just, I mean, I think it's slowed down with Trump, but Obama and, well, excuse me, Biden let in everyone. They just let in anyone that wanted to come in to be nice, I guess. And let's say you're throwing a party, right? And let's say you're a baller and you got a big house and you can let anybody in. Or you can let anybody in, or you can choose who to let in. You're having a big party. Everyone's coming. What do? Do you let people that you would label as an enemy to you in? Would you allow people in that you feel are a threat to your safety? You know? I wouldn't. You know, if there's a type of person that I have beef with, like, I'm just not gonna let him in, and we're not gonna discuss it, you know? If you're a serial killer, I'm not letting you into my house. If you're and comparatively, if you're a serial killer, you should not make it over the border. Papa slowing down. But we just seem to let everyone in. Whether they were good guys or bad guys, whether we had room for them or not, we just seem to let everybody in. I think if you're coming to America, like, I don't hate America. I mean, I think life here is a load of bullshit, and the government is a bunch of criminal dirtbags, no matter who's in charge. And they actively make our lives worse. They don't encourage business often. It just, you know, it seems to help those who don't need help. So it's, where was I going with all this? I think if you're coming to this country, like, you can't hate it, man. You can't hate America. I think if you live in this country, you can't hate everything about this country so hard that you're not willing to be part of a solution. I mean, if I see a piece of garbage in the road and I can find a safe place to park and safely remove that garbage, like a big piece of garbage, like a plank, I'm going to get out and I'm going to do something about it, because I want to do something. I want the world to be a better place. Some people, they do the opposite. They say, I hate America, and they want to burn it down, and they do. You know, and blue cities tolerate rioters, you know, people that shoot fireworks at buildings. And, you know, I think if you're setting shit on fire, you should have an attempted murder charge, at least. Because people can die in a fire if you're setting buildings on fire, especially. Setting grass on fire and someone's house burns down and they're asleep, or they're too old and crippled to get up. Like, you know, give them attempted murder charges. Like, everybody that set something on fire, hit them with an attempted murder charge. It's going to slow way down. These guys are pansies. These blue city terrorists, blue state terrorists, right? And if you crack down on them in a way that's really scary, if some terrorist asshole that sets shit on fire gets an attempted murder charge and goes away for a long time, there's going to be a lot of people that see this and react by not fucking around anymore. And maybe if they spend less time setting shit on fire, maybe they'll do something productive. But I really hate these, like, I hate America. Just these people that I hate America, and they have nothing. They can't even come up with a solution in a debate. Like, I know that like doesn't fix anything, but some people are only problems. They want to add problems and not fix problems. And you should not be allowed in this country if you're like that. Because some people come to America with the express purpose to cause harm and rip off the system, get a bunch of free money. I'm not saying I'm not saying everyone that comes to America is this way. Of course not. Many of my best friends were not their parents came here, struggled to get here, some of them came here with them on the boat, or whatever. They snuck in, or they didn't sneak in, excuse me. They came here legally, but they tried their ass off to get here, and they had jobs. One of them was a painter, the other one was some kind of mechanic, but these people did everything but sneak in. And they're patriotic people. So, anyway, regardless of all the politics, if you want to work in this country, you should have to speak English to some capacity. You have to know it to some capacity. People won't fucking talk. Like, they can't talk about, if you fucking trespass on my property, we need to talk about it. And if we can't talk about it, I'm already gonna do what I can to button down my security, but I'm not a criminal, I'm not gonna hurt somebody if they didn't hurt me, right? But you can't be walking onto people's property and then refuse to talk about it. And you can't get a job working in customer service and refuse to talk about it. There's this every fucking place I go now, no one speaks English. I try to pick up food and no one can talk to me. And these people have customer service jobs. And even white Americans can't talk anymore. You ask them a question and they can barely raise their voice in a way I can hear them. I'm not that deaf. These guys are scared and they mumble and shit. And it's like, man, what happened to must have customer service skills? Fire the guy if he can't do it. And we made English the national language and did nothing about it. And I think the only thing we should do about it is make it required to get a job. You have to be able to talk to people. You got to be able to talk. Period. I worked in a sweatshop for 5 years. And almost nobody in that goddamn building spoke English, and it was impossible to get anything done with them. Right? And there was just enough languages in there to where a lot of people couldn't communicate with each other. It wasn't just me. No one could get anything done with each other because no one could talk to each other. It was the Tower of Babel. So I think if we want to create a system that works, a system that's cohesive, a system that where people can talk to each other and form a goal. I know people that work. I know people that work in offices, and the people guys above them that make I know people that make good money where guys above them don't know how to communicate with anybody in the company. I don't know if that's some kind of DEI shit or what. I don't care. You got to be able to talk. And why did we make English the national language? It's more offensive to make English the national language and do nothing about it, because then it's you're just taunting people. Like, I think it's more offensive to say English is the national language and never back it up. I want to be able to communicate. I'm not looking for a fucking conversation with these fast food individuals, right? I want to get the food and I want to get the fuck out. So, if you thought all of these jobs mattered when it came to communication, I think the delivery driver has to be able to communicate more than anybody else. Because your fucking safety depends on it, for one. And sometimes the customer has a question. Who am I to say to another human being, don't fucking talk to me while I'm in uniform, right? If you're asking me about my job, I feel somewhat obligated. Even if I say, I don't know, man, I'm sorry, I can't help you with that. At least I'm talking to the guy and I'm not just, oh, sorry, I can't talk. Can't talk. My excuse is can't talk. Well, usually it's, I don't speak English. And it's bullshit. Because if you're at work and your job is to talk to people and take orders, or if you're delivering a package and my dog is going fucking crazy and wants to kill you, and I say to you, don't come through this fucking gate, and you don't know what the fuck I'm saying, how is that not a lawsuit for everybody? That's a lawsuit on Amazon. That's a lawsuit on the homeowner. There may be some kind of countersuit because the driver didn't listen. Like, this happens all the time to me, where my dog is fucking losing it. Like, the dog is trying to knock the iron fence down to get to this driver, right? The dog does not like people coming to our property, right? And she's a sweetheart. The moment I get out the property, like, all she wants is pets and love. You know, she's a good, but most dogs have a job, and that is to protect the home. Molly, our dog, no different than most dogs, right? No different. I say to the driver, leave the package right there in the driveway. I will pick it up. I say to the driver, this dog will fuck you up. That's what I fucking say to the guy, because I figure people don't understand what I say, right? I should dial in this camera a little better. But people don't listen to me. They don't fucking listen to me. What job is communication not important? All of them, apparently. I shit you not. Like, I had a guy almost get bit because he would not listen to me. And he reached over the fence and the dog jumped up and snapped at him. I fucking told you. Like, I don't know how to deal with these people. On top of all of this, we have signs that say, like, that say don't block the gate. Things like this. They block the gate every fucking time. They don't have the common sense to know this gate opens outward. It's obvious it opens outward. It can't go the other way. If you have common sense and you can look at something and figure it out, it's simple. But everyone's so fucking stupid, and it's not a cultural problem. Everyone's an idiot now. Like, I don't know how. God damn it. I mean, you got to take these jobs away from people that can't speak English. Is there another solution? Like, you're going to get hurt if you can't communicate, right? So, I don't know, man. I don't know what the solution is. And Trump don't give a shit. Like, all this talk Trump does about, deporting people and all this shit, like, I don't believe the deportation numbers. I think they've gone way down. There's no wall. Like, the wall has not happened like they said it would, etc. Like, I mean, if making English the national language was something, we would have seen more come from this. But just like almost every law that Trump has passed, there's never really any follow-up. He's like, George, you shouldn't do this. And then no one enforces it. So, anyway. I just want people to communicate at their job, at least when it comes to their fucking safety, when it's an emergency. Like, if you're at risk and I say to you, yo, like, look the fuck out. This has always been my argument at Cintas 2. The company I used to work for that hired no one that could communicate. If I say look the fuck out and something's falling on you and you can't stop it because you can't communicate, is that not a big problem? Are all these greedy money business guys not concerned about being sued? Because they're part of the problem. They hire people that can't talk because they know they're cheaper. So, because any job skill you have, whether it's communication or whatever, if you say I don't have it, the boss is going to want to pay you less. You know, the boss is looking for excuses to not pay you. So, anyway, we got to have people that can communicate, you know. Like, I really don't care where you're from if you can communicate and you're not an anarchist. Those are the two. I don't really care what country you're from. I am not a racist, you know. But everybody, whether they're American or not, seems to have a bad fucking attitude. They don't want to do their job, you know, and they can't talk. Like, it's like we're dealing with the lowest requirements ever, and no one can do shit. And no one wants to enforce a law because we're a bunch of, you know, we're a government that makes laws for show, you know, just to own the libs, as they say. Anyway, let's move on. Let's talk about something a little more positive. So, I've been thinking about the Game Boy Advance a lot lately, and I loved my Game Boy Advance, although I do believe it was, it could have had more. I mean, there was a million games on that console, and just a lot of popular games that I wasn't into. I was more into action games like Circle of the Moon, Castlevania. I love Ninja 5-0. It's an excellent 2D ninja game where you just go through, like, you're a cop. They call it Ninja Cop in some territories. You're going through, hacking up these dudes with your sword that are taking hostages and shit. And the control is so fucking perfect. The control is so spot on that even though the game is challenging, I beat it on every difficulty. And I don't do this with video games, right? But I became very fucking good at that game. Because I wish I had video of me playing that game. But I became very good. The reason why I became very good was because the control was perfect, and the difficulty on the challenge on each difficulty was just enough to where I could graduate to the next difficulty and play this pixel perfect gameplay and not feel like I was being cheated, because the game was so well made. If you fucked up, it was on you. And you had a grappling hook so you could, you know, latch onto shit and swing around. And it was great. It was great. It was an underrated game. And Konami, same company that does Castlevania, did nothing with this property. You know, even though there's been tons of side-scrolling ninja games in the past and there will be in the future, Konami thought one and done with this one. Real shame. Although they did just port it to the PC. So if you have Steam, go out and get yourself Ninja 5-0. It's excellent. It is an excellent, excellent game. But I've been playing Circle of the Moon, and I've just been taken back, man. The music, the audio, just, you know, all the scary Halloween-style monsters, right? What a great game. you know? I really like this game. I got this game on the Game Boy Advance when I was like 14, right? Something like that. And so this was a game that took me a long time to get through, and part of the problem is you have to grind if you don't kill enemies going, even when you're backtracking, you got to keep killing enemies because you won't level up. You won't be able to beat Dracula. You'll be super duper underleveled. And I had to spend a lot of time grinding before I beat Dracula at the end of this game on the Game Boy Advance when I was back in high school 20 years ago or more. It's so good, man. You have to tolerate some old video game stuff. Like, you have this map, and the map does not have any labels on it. So you can go to a place and be like, okay, this map over here, like this spot over here, I need the some power up that I have not collected yet. And I know what power-ups are coming because I've beaten this game before, but I'll leave that area forgetting what I've seen over there and end up having to go back to be reminded. And if you have ADHD, this game could be a very difficult challenge for you. So it's a very polarizing experience to be puzzled by this game because I don't remember shit. Especially because they don't label it on the map. Like, this map is barren. Like, it doesn't tell you nothing on the map. See, like, show you here. Nothing. So, I don't know that I recommend this game. I mean, excuse me. I don't recommend it if you have severe ADHD and you'll get bent out of shape trying to figure out how to get through this game. You really should have a guide of some kind. But I can't recommend. I mean, I really do recommend this game. If you're tough enough to get through it, it's a really good game, and it's not that hard if you continue to level up and get your power-ups and get the hidden items, the boosts for your health bar and your magic bar. Lots of cool monsters. There's like a goat head, flaming goat head you gotta fight. It's a really spooky, dark game. It's maybe the darkest of all the Castlevania games. Not for if you have a 6-year-old and you're religious and you don't want these, you don't want your kids exposed to like dark stuff, like spooky Halloween demonic stuff. It's kind of on the edge with this game. But look at the graphics. If this doesn't bother you, then don't worry about it. You get a bunch of different whips in the game, by the way. All I have right now is the fire whip because you get cards and you select these cards to get different whips. You can transform into different enemies as well by mixing up the cards. It's an interesting card system. You can mix and match and see what happens. A lot of times it's a mistake what you choose, so you may want to save. And by the way, I'm playing the PC version, and the PC version has a save anywhere feature with like 10 slots. There's save points in this game because it's one of those old games. All in all, this game does not play badly, but the control could be a little bit better. Jumping and whipping, and it's a little awkward. I think some of the Super Nintendo games look like they control better than this one. This was an interesting game because I think this was after Symphony of the Night. And Hey Siri, did Castlevania Symphony of the Night come out before or after Circle of the Moon?
Castlevania. Circle of the Moon was released after Castlevania.
Yeah. So, Symphony of the Night was maybe the first Castlevania game to give you different weapons. So people were really excited to have a breath of fresh air put into Castlevania. People love Symphony of the Night. I can't really get into it. I should. This is my favorite right here. Circle of the Moon. But Symphony of the Night had different weapons, and people kind of didn't want to go back to the whip. A lot of people didn't, and honestly, I feel like if you played one Castlevania game, you're gonna have a hard time playing another, because they all kind of feel so similar in a way that I'm not gonna say there aren't differences, but the game feel and the gameplay is so similar that it's hard for me to beat. I beat like 3 Castlevania games, if that, maybe 2. I think I beat at least one game for the DS. I thought that game was really good. The first one, where you had the, I thought I beat that game. Or I lost the progress when I sent my DS through the wash, which was very sad. I had a Nintendo DS and it went through the washing machine. But this was a game where people kind of felt like they were going backwards instead of forwards in some ways, even though I think it's a critically acclaimed game now. I think some people didn't like the whip on this game. This part right here pisses me off because they repeatedly knock me down the hole. These are the kinds of things you have to look out for in these old games, because they will just piss you off. See how I keep getting knocked back down? I was really angry at this spot. But overall, this game is not that frustrating like a lot of old games. The most frustrating thing to me, it's just navigating the game. That's a real problem to me. It gets real confusing because I forget stuff. And it can get me bent out of shape. And I'll go from Cloud 9 to really being in a bad place. Because it just kind of triggers my problems. Really good game, though. I love Circle of the Moon. You can get it on Xbox. I don't know if it's on PC, but you can check there. Otherwise, you're gonna have to buy a cartridge, and I don't know if you want to do that. I mean, you could get a cartridge in a Game Boy Advance or a DS, because the DS Lite will play this. So, anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. Do I have anything else to talk about today? How long? All right. I've only been going for... I think that's all for now. Stay tuned. So I'm on Twitch. My Twitch name is... I don't want to click on anything here. My Twitch name is Real Blake Stone, spelled with a 0. Please follow me there. On X, I am The Weed Goku. All one word on X. Check me out there. And that's all I got, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll be posting this all over the place. I gotta get my Kick and my Rumble going again. I don't even know what I'm doing there.